Hello everybody, and welcome back to Selena's Home Entertainment, where I, Selena, entertain you. Today's video is a video that has been in the workings for a long time. No, it's been in the workings for like a couple weeks now. I've been scrounging, drawing, writing, planning on how to do this series justice, because I guess I haven't made a Rainbow Girls video in a year, which I'm so sorry for. Life gets in the way, and after I made that video, I actually had major art block, which they are back in business. I have redrawn them today. Today was the plan to redraw them. Before I get into it, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're notified whenever I post new videos. If you're not into this drawing content, there's video game content on my channel as well. If you're into that, you get the best of both worlds, as Hannah Montana once said. You get the best of both worlds. That is what today's video is all about today, is redrawing my original 6 Rainbow Demon Girlies. I have new lore for them, I have new ideas for them, I have plans, I have ideas, okay? And I hope you are excited, because the last Rainbow Girly Demon video was the first ever video I cracked 100 in, which was so happy for myself. I was, oh my god, and then I never posted another one like that again. Obviously Indigo is not part of this. I tried my hardest, guys. All the Indigo fans out there, I did try to put them into the Rainbow Girlies, but unfortunately did not happen. She did not make the cut. I'm sorry. She was there. I've written her already, and I kind of had it planned, but as I drew more of the other characters, I realized how kind of hard Indigo was going to be to kind of make her her own independent kind of character. And if all the Indigo fans out there who are heartbroken that I didn't do all the colors of the rainbow, which I kind of did, I will draw her one of these days, okay? Just to give you your satisfaction. But until that day, you're getting the 6 Demon Girlies being redrawn. I am very proud of this series. Also comment down below what else you want to see me draw, challenges, original characters you want to see me do. I have some ideas and some challenges that I plan on doing in the future as well. Stick around for that. This series has, instead of giving me art block, it has inspired me to draw even more original characters and even more challenges to kind of push myself a little bit to get better at drawing and to just be more confident in my drawings. But anyways, on to the demon. Okay, first up is the red demon. This is the pose I decided to reference and use cylinders, circles. That's my type of thing that I like to use to help with like body poses and stuff. Red. You're probably wondering, what is her power? And this might not be too friendly or whatever. I try to make it as not as gory as possible, but with her power, it's the goriest one of all, which is blood. Her power she was chosen for was blood. So like, imagine blood bending kind of stuff. If you ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, she was chosen for that because she died in a very brutal and, you know, I like to traumatize my original characters. She died by getting her neck cut open. I don't know if this video is gonna get out now, but yes, her neck was unfortunately, she got killed. Not very cool. But she does have a cool power because of it. Where the original red demon, I never really had a lore behind it. But I always saw red as this very powerful, confident kind of color, and that's what she is. She is the confident one, probably the leader of the group per se, because she's the confident one. She isn't afraid to say what needs to be said, but also she has a very unique and powerful power. Bloodbending, everyone has some sort of blood in them, so it's definitely, you don't want to mess with her. And with this lore, each of my demons gets a branded tattoo to represent their group, which you will see, it's like an upside down-ish cross with like some circles. I like researched like a lot of like demonic symbols and stuff to see, because I wanted to make my own for this group. Since it's my own original character, I wanted their own original kind of like branded tattoo they all would have, and theirs was that. Hers is in the forehead, because I thought, compared to a lot of other ones, I thought that would look the best on her. Literally most of the tattoos don't represent why it's there, other than I felt like it looked the best there. This was Lucifer's first choice. Yes, Lucifer created this group, and all she knows is her power and her name, which is Red Demon, aka Blood Demon. But yeah, he pretty much erased their memory. They don't know how they died. They don't know why they have certain effects on them. I mean, they know how they died, but they don't know why they're here, they're down here. They don't know even the first name. Lucifer made sure to erase all sorts of meaning or anything from their past lives, and that's also why they each get branded, so they're reminded to follow Lucifer's orders, as well as they know who or why, if they have any questions whatsoever, to go to. They pretty much have to listen to him. The rest is history. I definitely try to kind of break up the colors a bit more than my original Rainbow Demon Girls, where it's just constant red and a hint of black, where I feel like in this drawing I did way more blacks and grays, and then their main color, so like reds is main red. I did a lot of darks, brights, reds. I wasn't really picky. I just wanted to make sure that her outfit and her body were different shades of red, and they weren't too clashing with each other, especially with the hair, which was probably the hardest for me, and drawing shoes, and everything was a little, I try to push myself again a little bit more. Usually and I try to make my line art really good and most of the time I set out a base and then I go for the line art, and then the rest is history. But so far that's all the lore I have on her. Eventually, maybe one of the challenges will make me reveal their first name, but I feel like it would be weird to tell you guys their name when they don't even know it themselves, you know? Big brain moment here. Let me know what you think of Red. What else should I add to the story, as I'm more new to this like developed story, and I like hearing ideas, as I don't do this often. Or should I just like find a generator or something, which a lot of the time I did. Like the powers, I used a generator and said, okay, compared to these powers, what would best represent that color, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, meet Red, aka Blood Demon, where she has the powers of blood. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Now let's go on to the next color in the rainbow, which is orange. The second character Mr. Lucifer Morningstar chose, and that is Orange Demon, aka Fire or Pyrokinesis, if we're making it like logical terms that make me seem cooler, and not at all from a power generator. If it wasn't obvious, the color orange has always like kind of just been a good representation of fire, and it was one of the first colors that I looked at and I was like, I know exactly what I'm doing with you. I know what I'm doing with you, and no one can change my mind. Unfortunately, with cool powers come a even more traumatic event, which is she got burned in her house. Yeah, she got burned alive. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun, kids? And obviously, she got some scars with her as well. I try to incorporate their deaths somehow in an interesting way, at least in every demon character. Like I said, I try. Some of the powers within these demons are a bit harder compared to like fire, which I can just look up a fire scar and hope for the best. Which, granted, in future drawings of orange, I don't know if the scar will be 100% consistent, just because the scar for me, I had really bad complications with. I had to redraw it like multiple times. Like already, I didn't like the first one, and then I cleared it after like taking a break, like an hour break. I came back and looked at it again, and I didn't like it, so I restarted the scar. And granted, I really do love the scar and how it turned out. I just feel like it's too realistic, and it looks so out of place compared to the rest of the characters and how I showcase their effects and stuff. Granted, I don't draw scars often, so like, y'all gotta give me some sort of slack. And I also made sure all their outfits, their boots, and their gloves, I try to make them their own personality as well, to show off themselves and to keep it unique and different compared to the original Orange Demon, which granted, the original Orange Demon was probably one of my favorite designs I did that year. I was so proud of her, and now looking back on it, I'm very proud of this one even more. I developed this character and made it a character I will be interested in drawing hopefully in the future, and making her story super complex. And I really loved how well the coloring and shading turned out on this character. And of course, her personality, what comes with fire, it's a fiery personality. She has an attitude, she's very tomboyish. Just like imagine like Toph or Buttercup. That's Orange Demon pretty much. That's their personality. They listen sometimes, but then they really don't listen. They also don't know how strong they are in general. Like, they don't know how their powers work really. Like, they know how to throw fire, like do the fire stuff, but other than that, they don't know their own strengths sometimes, which that can get everyone in a pickle. But yeah, that was orange so far, at least of what I do have. Like I said with red, let me know what you think about orange, what I can improve on their story-wise, or my story-wise. I hope you guys enjoyed this drawing. Beautiful. Oh, yellow. The next person is yellow. Did I forget to record anything? No, absolutely not. I don't know what you're talking about. You saw the sketch already. And not at all did I forget to press record and already have the main juicy bits done already. Isn't that great? Isn't that amazing? But yes, meet Yellow Demon, aka Radioactive Demon. Oh yeah. She has the powers of radioactiveness. Think of like Rogue. I feel like radioactiveness, you don't want them to touch you. Cool to have her branded a tattoo though on her like on her hand, and have like these cool kind of like gloves to showcase the brand of the ness. She unfortunately died by radioactive poisoning, and that is how she got these cool radioactive powers, which also, like Orange, I don't think she fully knows how her power works. Granted, Yellow is the smartest of the bunch, and because obviously if you die by radioactive poisoning, you most likely are working around that kind of stuff. Knows certain stuff that not the other demons would know. Showing how the effects of radioactive poisoning was a bit harder, but I definitely did try my best to showcase that, as well as like she has my favorite eyes. As well as you see that sketch of the pigtails, it changes. I decided to change her hair because it's something a bit easier, and every time I tried to do the pigtails, it just for some reason didn't look right. But that's for me for trying different things, I guess. Compared to the original Yellow Demon, Yellow was always my hit or miss character, where at times I would look at her and be like, oh yeah, I like her. And then other days I'm like, no, I actually don't. But I did keep the Yellow Demon is the tallest of the girlies. Short, sweet, and simple for Yellow Demon. Next up is Green Demon. Now this one, I had so much fun thinking of a unique power to use for green, because radioactive poisoning is already kind of just like poisoning in a cooler way, I guess. So I definitely had to think outside of the box a little bit for this character particularly, which Green Demon, aka Slime Demon. That's right, she has the power of slime, sticky, gross slime. Unfortunately, like I've said in the past, with a cool power comes a even more traumatic death, which unfortunately Green over here drowned. I was trying to think of a cool death that kind of would represent slime in a way, and the only one I could really think of, drowning. So that's what I did. Slime drowned, and we don't know how or who did it, but now they're here representing Green as the demon. Obviously with slime as well comes not being talkative. They literally are made of pretty much slime. Like anytime they talk or anything like that, they're sticky, they're gooey. Slime is coming in and out everywhere. It's kind of gross. Literally, Green needs a mop anywhere they go, is what I'm saying. But they still have a little personality, a little kick, attitude every now and then, but pretty much just sticks to themselves, or is pretty much the lapdog. Yeah, they'll listen eventually. And you tell them to do that, they'll do it. And that's Green. And compared to the original, which actually was a lot of people's favorite, Green Demon was a lot of people's favorite. And so I wanted to make sure to do this character justice. And I tried to make this character unique and different, because I feel like my original Green Demon design looked just like a green version of Buttercup pretty much, and I wanted to make this character as unique as possible. Like their hair is made out of slime, literally everything. And I think it makes the character a bit more interesting and cool. And also I tried a different pose as well. So yeah, that's the green demon slime demon person. Hope you enjoyed. Let's meet Blue Demon, aka the Banshee Demon. Her powers are Banshee-esque, so pretty much like screaming real loud and everyone falls and stuff like that. And like I've always said in this video, with a cool power comes a cooler traumatic event that kills them, which hers is falling off a building. Did someone push her? Did she fall herself? Was it an accident? Etc, etc. And we don't know. Well, I don't know, and I don't think you'll know anytime soon. But yeah, she fell off a building. She screamed so loud that she even broke some street lamps on the ground. That's how loud she screamed. Her personality is probably the more talkative one out of the gang, but also she is the more ditzy of them. She is giving Bubbles energy or DD energy, where they are smart and you definitely don't want to mess with them because they know how to throw hands, but at the end of the day, they're just there to have a fun time and do what they need to do. Her design was probably the most interesting to do because I didn't want it to represent a siren, because I feel like those two powers are different in my opinion. A banshee and a siren are completely different people, in my opinion. So I wanted to try to make sure that it doesn't represent too much like siren, which I think I kind of did okay. I changed her eyes obviously into really cool sound waves that turned out really cool, and I didn't realize this until I finished the drawing, that I noticed that her bangs and like her hair, which had to grow on me because it's something I don't normally do with hair. I feel like I can never draw a good updo hair, but I noticed they're just different types of sound waves, and I just thought that was super cool to represent her body, herself, as this like really cool sound wave. And it turned out really cool. Even her scar I made sure was like kind of like those wavy sound wave, and she opens her mouth like the alien, like where it's over her normal mouth line, which makes her scream even louder. Even with the original design from Blue Demon, I liked her as well, because she was, not only was orange my favorite, but blue was my favorite. Those two were my favorite, and I just drew blue hair. Like Blue's hair was probably my favorite part of that character. I was so proud of myself, that even now I'm very proud of this hair. It's something I had to get used to, but I love it either way. This character's amazing. I gave her some muscles. As you know, every now and then for characters I like to draw some sort of like muscles to indicate they have some sort of something. I'm not the greatest at it, but I do think it looks really good for this character. I do get rid of the skirt as well, because I feel like if it's just her with the skirt, it doesn't really fit or like cohesively go together. So maybe in the future they all get skirts. I hope you like the Blue Demon, aka Banshee, as much as I do. Last but certainly not least is my girl Violet, Purple, whatever you want. I knew Violet would probably be on the more easy hard character, just because the character design I did for her I was gonna cover her eyes, which makes my life so much easier sometimes. Violet, aka Dreamer Demon. Everyone's wondering, what's Dreamer? You know, they go into your dreams and make them a reality. That kind of stuff. I thought that would be super interesting for Violet because they're not necessarily the brightest color on the rainbow, so she could definitely fit in those shadows of hers that she has created for herself. And with an interesting power comes an interesting death, and her death was sleep paralysis. I was trying to find a way to kind of connect her power to her death. I think I had the most difficult with this character because it was like, I don't know. I didn't want to be basic, like, oh, she died in her sleep or whatnot. Because I was like, oh, that's too easy. I wanted to be like kind of cool, kind of interesting. Personality is definitely more on the quieter side. She's a bit of a mute sometimes. Sometimes she'll talk, sometimes she won't. It depends on the day. She covers her eyes because, of course, when you are sleep paralysis, you are terrified for your life. I do not have any experience with that. I've just read what happens when you do get sleep paralysis, and I've watched a few documentaries on it as well. And it's always been like an interesting thing that your brain and body do sometimes. And that's why her eyes are just covered, because like Gojo from Jujutsu Katsune, her powers are too powerful behind those eyes. But as well, it's for her protection as well, as not just for everyone else. She is very much a scaredy cat, and will get scared with anything that is out of the ordinary. So to protect herself and the demons around her, she covers her eyes. She only takes it off if she has to, but she really doesn't need to uncover her eyes to use her powers. And I thought she would have the cool face tattoo with two, not just one, but two of them under each of her eye. I thought that was like super cool, as well as like I wanted to keep her outfit kind of more long and elongated. She likes showing some parts of her body, but a lot of her body she doesn't like being shown. Like I said, scaredy cat, she needs something to like hold on to. She's very fidgety. Interesting character that I really can't wait to kind of delve a bit deeper into her. The only struggle I really did have with her is the hair. I was just gonna do a little bob, but then as you can see, it turned out way more than that, and I'm actually pretty proud of it. Like, she looks super cool, and while granted she probably took the least amount of time, I'm still extremely proud of her, and I really like her character design. She looks just out of place, but still, like, you can tell she's part of the gang, part of the crowd. But yeah, that's all about Violet I have for her. Well, the original Violet, she's cool. I didn't necessarily fall in love with Violet. It took me a while, but this new character with her, like her backstory and stuff, I fell in love with her immediately. Like, I literally was like, I'm sitting down finishing this today. I drew for like 3 hours drawing her, so I really like this idea, and I can't wait to explore her a bit more, hopefully, in the future. Okay, so that is the end of this video. I did try to keep it as short as I possibly could while putting 6 demon girly characters in here. Like I said, tried my best, and as we all know, I like to yippee yap yap. A yippee yappy yappin'. And yappin', and I do like me some yappin'. But I really do hope you have liked this series. Like I said in many of the voiceovers I did, comment down below which one was your favorite. What should I work on story-wise? Nothing else. I'm perfect in any way. And I hope you are excited as I am for the future of my drawing videos, princess. Yeah, check out my other drawing videos on my channel if you want to see my other like challenges and drawing videos in general, or if you just want to peruse my channel, as I also do video gaming content as well. So please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're notified whenever I post new videos. And I'm gonna